Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with the Pick Dawgz Soccer Crew. Thank you for joining us. We have a very busy weekend once again. The Champions League quarterfinals are done. Europa League quarterfinals are done. Now we are back to the domestic leagues with, I believe, 18 games in this video for Saturday. And then we have 16 more for Sunday. And there are even 5 games on Monday as well. So you can get free picks for all of those games up on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and of course, feel free to leave us a comment on any of these soccer videos. We'll be happy to answer any of the questions you might have. As far as our premium picks go, it's all up on the pickdawgz.com website, guys, or simply click the links in the description of this video. You know the drill. Get on board, get those 3-day passes, 7-day passes. Is definitely your best value, especially when we have such a big weekend ahead. And I'm pretty sure all three of us will have some soccer picks. There's NBA playoffs going on, unless they have a break over Easter weekend or something.
No, they start Saturday, the playoffs.
Okay.
So today, essentially,
Well, I mean,
when
we got play in today for the last two teams of
well, that's Friday, but people won't
playoffs.
see it till Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's true. So we've already had the play in, and then today it's playoff day, which my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, especially the West first round.
And
And
of
not only
course,
People,
that, by the way,
MLB is going on, Kirk.
Anthony Edwards gonna dethrone LeBron and Luca, and we won't see Jack for about 4 months.
not only that though, but it's my favorite time of the year for actually betting soccer as well because all the narratives are there. You know what teams are really still playing, what teams are ready to go on holiday, and you've got the mid break, or should I say the midweek games, and some teams not. So yeah, it's a good time. If you're joining us for these free picks now, this is the best time to join us, honestly.
There you have it, guys. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get it going. Brentford and Brighton, two teams in a bit of a sloppy form, but two teams that can't really keep a clean sheet right now. Kirk, what do you have in this one?
Um, I think the slate is very tough on Saturday, but sometimes that means that there's less bias in my pick, so maybe that's a good thing. Because I'm a guy that leads with my heart, and most of the time it works out, but sometimes it doesn't. Um, but yeah, I think both teams score in this game. And don't think there's 5 goals, so I'm gonna do both teams scoring under 4.5 at plus 102, maximum 2-2. I don't see a 3-2, 4-1 game. So I mean, for plus money, I'll take it.
Yeah, 1-1, maybe 2-1 for either side. That's something I'm looking at personally here. But I think it's gonna get a little bit better in the second half. So I'm taking the first half draw plus 144, Jack.
Yeah, this is a game which is really tough because Brentford, their season is pretty much over. Um, I guess maybe if some players or maybe the club has like a bonus, a sponsorship bonus with finishing top half of the league, then maybe they have something to play for, but I doubt it. And they sit in 11th, Brighton sit in 10th, 5 points ahead, and they're only 6 points away from a European spot. So they will certainly be looking to pick up points here. I have to go with a team that has eggs pretty much all in one basket, and that's the Premier League now for Brighton. As I said, Brentford, they're probably on holiday at this point. They're certainly not getting relegated. They're certainly not getting European football. It's 11 points that they need to make up. So give me Brighton money line here on the road. Despite the form, I just think they've got much more motivation to win this game than Brentford.
Now, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. Palace fell off the map a little bit, conceding, I think, 10 goals in their last two games, which is definitely not good. Bournemouth, I mean, they have been decent when it comes to scoring goals this season overall. Both teams have defensive firepower. They definitely do. So I'm keeping it simple. Over 2.5 goals, Jack, minus 137.
Yeah, it's not been great defensively for Palace, as you said. They haven't scored since they went 2-0 up against City and lost that game 5-2. And then you think, oh, you have to bounce back now against Newcastle, and then Newcastle beat you 5-0. So, yeah, I don't know how much to look into that. For me, I have to go with Palace again. Just one team has something to play for here, and well, yeah, maybe Bournemouth can get European football, but they've got a tough run of games. I just prefer Palace at home. Palace at home are just a really tough team to go against. So, yeah, again, like Kirk said, not my favorite slate, not my favorite game, but Palace money line.
Kirk?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Palace drops all 3 points, which is why I'm taking them on the double chance and under 3.5. I think they've had too many. Obviously, they've conceded 10 goals in their last 2 games. They're gonna have a whatever it's called, an aim on defense here. So Palace are drawing under 3.5 for me at plus money.
Yeah, I just don't have the confidence in a team that conceded 10 goals in their last 2 games. At least not to put my money on them. But I mean, I could see them getting at least a point out of this match. Everton and City is the next one, and I mean, at least on paper, this game looks very simple. I mean, City on
Mm.
the money line at minus 110. How do you not take it, Kirk?
I'm only taking it because I have to put in a free pick. I'm only here so I don't get fined.
You're telling
So,
me that City on the money line is not a good price here?
It's a good price, but it's the price that all three of us have fallen into, which could easily be a trap.
I agree.
I mean, they are still fighting for the Champions League. I mean, they are sitting fourth right now with a lot
That's
of
the only
pressure from
reason I
behind them.
have them as my free pick because they're fighting for the
Well,
Champions
yeah,
League.
exactly, right? And you're getting minus 110 on the money line. So of course I'll take it. They are clearly the better team than Everton is. The fact is that they have been in
I
such a
don't
bad
know.
form
They ha-
overall.
I think
Yeah,
Everton's
they are.
been better since like 2025 February. I'd say they're about
Well,
even in form.
absolutely. They are a great team, but I mean I think City overall is the better team with more quality and more depth. So I think the choice is obvious here. For everyone except for the Everton fans, I suppose. I think that every Everton fan is going to take Everton on the money line here, or maybe the double chance or
This
something
is
like
going
that.
to be the game where like there's 5 leg parlays and City's going to ruin it.
It
It's going
might
to be this
cost, yeah.
type of game.
I would not put City in a parlay. I mean,
But
why
I
would you
mean,
put City on the parlay?
the
With
square people will. They'll be like, "Oh, City at this price? Oh, it's
the price is minus
100%
110.
luck."
We
Garan
lost
looked
you
Yeah,
like
for a
no.
minute there, Goran.
Garan just froze and looks like he had a couple drinks at the bar or something.
Everything looks good
It
now.
looks like
Sorry,
his
guys.
ex-girlfriend just
Uh,
walked into the bar with how he froze.
no, 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 no. Jack, West Ham and Southampton.
Um, Southampton, they're gone, obviously, but now, well, historically, I can't really speak for other leagues, but Premier League I can. You see teams that are already relegated and they just win games. They suddenly start winning. Um, could this be one of those games for me? I'm not sure, but I do think they could score though. So I like both teams to score here. I think West Ham have every capability to score at home. I think Southampton have enough to get a goal on the road here. So yeah, both teams to score.
Look,
Second it.
there you have it. I will take West Ham to win and over 2.5 and over 1.5 goal at minus 137. I mean, I'd be happy with a 2-1 win for West Ham in this game. If they can't beat Southampton, who's done, they can just pack it in for the rest of the season, I suppose. Aston Villa and Newcastle. Kirk, Aston Villa got knocked out of the Champions League. They put up a huge, huge fight, same as Dortmund did against Barcelona. But Newcastle is absolutely on fire right now. How do you see this game going?
I'm gonna go with Villa here, simply because I think they have more to prove. They had a good Champions League campaign. They can still qualify for Champions League next season. I mean, even though they technically lost the tie, they still won the last game, which has got to give them some confidence. They're back at home against a team that's also hot. I like the value here on Villa money line, so I'll take them at plus 135.
I will just stick to 2 goals in this matchup as well. Over 2.5, minus 161. Newcastle scoring a lot. We know that Villa's going to go for the win in this one. Like I said, great performance by them in the Champions League, Jack. but you're going the other way, I see.
Yeah, I just have this one under for me. I think Villa, they're going to be tired. They gave it absolutely everything against PSG. And yes, I guess, you've had that extra day. It was on Tuesday, right? That game? Was it Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So they've
yeah.
had the extra day compared to the Wednesday, but it's the end of the season now. This is where the legs feel the heaviest. So yeah, I think we're going to see a slow game. Give me the under 3.
Let's not forget that Newcastle also had a game on Wednesday, so
Yeah.
take that into the account, guys, as well. Off to Serie A, Monza and Napoli. Kirk, Napoli heavy favorites on the road. They've been playing for a while now. Win, draw, win, draw, win, draw. Do you see them winning this game against Monza, who's pretty much done for?
I mean, they should. I was looking at Napoli's schedule and Inter. I mean, Inter by far has a tougher schedule. Napoli's playing like the Torinos, the Genoas. Inter's playing like the Atalantas, the Romas. So, I mean, Napoli does have the favorable schedule, and they need to win games like this. I'm going to take them to nil here as they're just such heavy favorites on the road. So, Napoli to nil for
So,
me.
how did it made you feel when you saw the schedule, Kirk?
I'm not worried. I think Inter's going to win the
No?
Champions League or make it to the final against PSG.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Serie A where we have a bet going on.
I said I'm not worried because I think they're top 2 team left in the world.
No, they're not.
Who's better?
It's Arsenal, Barcelona, and PSG.
Crazy. There's no way
At
they
least
beat.
three teams are better. At
There's
least
no
three
way
teams
they
are better.
lose to Barca. There's just no way.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
there
is a
is.
way. There is a way.
There's not a way.
Yeah.
I saw everything I needed to see in that second leg from Barcelona. I saw everything I
And
need to see.
do you think Inter is capable of such pressure that Dortmund did? Not even close.
No, but they're not going to concede 70 times at home on the road.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I'll happily wager you on that game as well. On that tie even as well.
Sure.
Uh,
Sure.
Jack, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I think Napoli win to 0. Again, this is like really their only competition they're playing in, right? So, we're coming to the end of the season. You need to get comfortable points. I think they get 3 here, and I don't really think Monza are going to get close to scoring, to be honest. I wouldn't even mind taking the undershots with Monza, depending on what the line is, obviously, but it's definitely worth a look.
Yeah, and I will take Napoli -1.5 at -123 in this one. I mean, it's either going to be 1-0 or it's going to be like 3-0 for Napoli or something like that. So I don't know. I might even prefer Napoli to win 2-0, to be honest,
Well, if you
instead
think
of
it's
my
going to
pick.
be 1-0 or 3-0, you might as well take to nil.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I actually even prefer taking Napoli to win 2-0 rather than my pick. So
It's usually how it
yeah,
goes when he
There is
sees my
definitely a
pick.
world, though, where both, like you said, Goran, definitely a world where both of these picks hit for sure.
yeah. Roma and Verona. Roma, decent favorites at home, quite big favorites. They have been playing in great form since Claudio Ranieri took them over. When was that? Back in December or something like that. Verona, I mean, not a great team, decent team, but I think this is going to be a very chippy game. I'm taking over 4 cards in this one, -118. I think they will be kicking each other, not themselves. Just in time for
You don't
Easter.
get cards for kicking yourself, Goran.
You know, depends on the ref, I suppose.
I have seen a player booked for hurting his own teammate, though. I have seen that.
Yeah, but have you seen it 5 times in a game?
No, I have not seen it 5 times.
What do you have in this game, Kirk?
Roma to nil. Who are they playing? I forget. Playing
Verona.
Verona. Yeah, I don't see Verona scoring. I mean, this is a game you don't really, unless you want to dig into the nitty gritty, you kind of just look at the teams, you kind of look at the form, and you kind of just think it's going to be a 1-2-0 game. And that's what I think it's going to be. So Roma to nil.
Jack, this is now the twice in a row that you and
I
Kirk
know.
agree with each
I
other.
think there's some
What's happening?
I think there's some foreshadowing from Kirk because he spoke about nitty gritty, and he knows full well I've gone into nitty gritty in this game.
I don't.
Look. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You were correct, so well done. We're 32 games into the season now. This will obviously be 33. Only 13 games Verona have had both teams score, and Roma at home they're a solid defensively. So Roma to 0.
Hey.
There you have it, folks. Off to La Liga for a couple of games, actually 3 games on the schedule on Saturday. Rayo Vallecano and Valencia. And personally, I'll take the easy pick for myself in this one. I'm taking Valencia on the money line. I mean, they are on a huge winning streak right now. Rayo Vallecano definitely the favorites at home, Kirk, but you and I are going against each other in this one.
Yeah, I don't know how you're on Valencia.
How are you on Rayo?
Look at where they are in the standings.
So?
What do you mean so? Look at where they're at. Valencia played a team in Madrid on the
So
road. Madrid didn't care
there's a
about that game.
There's a 3 point difference between these two teams, Kirk.
Yep,
Where they are on the standings doesn't mean anything.
it does because Rayo are going to be in 7th after this game and in a Conference League spot, so it does matter. Valencia, they can't do anything. They're out of relegation. They're not going to qualify for Europe. This is Rayo written all over it at home, plus money. It's too easy.
Want to bet the 20 on it?
Sure. Draw no bet?
What do you mean, draw no bet? Yeah, no, sure, fine. Let's go with that.
What else
Yeah.
did you want?
Oh, you take money line, I take money line. Of course, draw is void. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
what you
He's
said.
being silly, Kirk. He's being silly. You have to give him.
Yeah, I
You
don't
have
know.
to give him
I
that.
don't know what he's doing.
Usually it's me doing that. Or
He's
something,
thinking
so
about where to find his Easter eggs.
Well, the
So
Easter
when
eggs
you
for
lose
me.
this one, you can just add the 20 more on that on that Borussia pick.
You mean, you got so lucky. You are so lucky, Goran. You are the
Luck had
luckiest.
nothing to do
Right.
with it.
I think 75% of the comments will say that you were lucky it ended up being that close in the end.
I'm not even talking about that. You don't let me finish. I'm talking
Okay.
about the fact that because we have that. I had Bilbao and Lyon. He has Tottenham and Man U for $50 to win the Europa League. He is so lucky that United is still in that shithole of a competition.
Oh.
Have is too.
And that Tottenham, yeah, literally. I mean, it's gonna be a Bodo versus Bilbao final, so I'm fine. I'm still fine.
Wait, what are the matchups in the semifinals?
Tottenham, Bodo.
Spurs. Yeah.
You know the city of Bodo has a population of 42,000 and Tottenham Stadium is 62,000 people. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's I mean it was quite impressive. I mean they conceded the last minute goal, which actually made me win my parlay, but
It
ended up
made me
going to
lose
overtime in
every
that game.
fucking thing.
I saw
Stupid.
that. You were very
Stupid
upset.
Bodo and Lyon.
Jack, what do you like in this game?
First half over 1.5 for me. I think the price is just it's way too inflated. These are two teams who, although the stats don't say they score in the first half, they concede a lot. Valencia is the second worst in the league, so there's 26 first half goals conceded. So I think this one can go over 1.5 quite easily. As long as Rayo turn up and they attack how they've been attacking across the season, there's no reason why they can't score 2 against a poor Valencia side. But then again, Valencia have been playing well, so they can certainly score 2.
Barcelona and Celta. Jack, Barcelona, I mean, they were under a lot of pressure against Dortmund. I'm not going to lie. It was a very nervy game for me, especially when they conceded that third goal. But they got it down. They had a couple of lousy games in a row now. Only 1-0 win last week, and then now losing to Dortmund. But this is a game that they have to win to stay on the top of La Liga.
Yeah. Again, this is a rare pick from me because, as I said, Barca played in the week, but I don't really think, although they defended most of the game, Barca, I would be surprised if the players said they were extremely fatigued. Like, they barely had any attacks in that last game. It would have been just your wingers running up and down the line. So for me, I haven't got a problem taking the over in this game. Barcelona have had 16 games go 2 or more goals in the first half this season. So if you're giving me a plus money, I'm going to take that in this spot. Where Celta, let's not get it twisted here. Celta can also score a bunch of goals.
Yeah. I also like goals in this one. I don't think that Barcelona can go without scoring a couple of goals for 3 games in a row. So, Kirk, I'm taking Barcelona to win it over 2.5, minus 152. It looks a bit juiced, but I'll still take it.
Yeah, I can take Barca at home. On the road is where I can't take them. I can take them minus 1.5 here, especially against a Celta team that just concedes like crazy on the road. And I mean, they probably have like the second best player in the world, Barca. So as of this year, so I think whoever wins the Champions League, it's between
Who's first?
Rafinha and Dembele for who wins Ballon d'Or. I mean, it's just that simple. It's just that simple.
Uh,
Maybe you throw in Pedri and Vitinha. Maybe you throw in those two as well. But
I wouldn't throw Rafinha into the mix, though. I don't think he's done
he
enough.
has more goals than Lewandowski, their striker in the Champions League.
Yeah, no, that's
And
fine, but he's done
Lewandowski
nothing.
takes tap-ins, literal tap-ins, and
No, no,
spends
no. That
half the time
that's
on the
fine.
floor.
I'm not making a case for Lewandowski. I just don't think that Rafinha's done much with Brazil, and I think that might disqualify him from Ballon d'Or.
Doesn't
So
matter.
I think that
There's been no big
I
competitions this year.
I still think that Bella has a huge advantage ahead of him,
What
at
has
least
he
ahead
done
of
for
him.
France? Nothing.
He's
Let's
been
not
scoring more.
count out Yamal. Yamal could
Oh, get the hell out of here with that take. I
he
knew you
could
were going to
100.
cut.
Look,
Oh my God. Oh
If
my
Barca
God.
win the Champions League final,
Oh my God.
you can say, "Oh, Rafinha." But again, like Brazil, even though they haven't done anything this year, you think they just look at the last year? They don't.
Give
Look
it
at the
to
last
Pau
2 or 3.
Cubarassi then.
The whole reason why Rodri won the Ballon d'Or last Ballon d'Or is because of the last 2 or 3 years. What's to say Yamal can't do it? Won the Euros.
Yamal was playing U12s 2 years ago.
He was playing in European finals and winning games and being one of the best players for the team. Let's not forget, when Yamal was injured at the start of the season, Barca could barely win a game. He comes back into the lineup, they start winning again. So
The reason's Danny Olmo. What a talent.
Yeah. Moving on to the last game of LaLiga, guys. Las Palmas and Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid, the only competition they are left to play it is La Liga. I think the title is out of reach for them, so they can play to stay in third place, I suppose. But Las Palmas not doing well right now in that defensive end. So, Jack, I'm taking Atletico team total over 1.5 goals, minus 156.
yeah, the league's gone. 7 points behind, but that runner-up prize is still there. Real Madrid only 3 points ahead in second, and well, now they're out the Champions League. I think this is going to be a big battle for the second place. So I think Atletico, they still have some fight to give in the league here. So give me Atletico on the money line. I would say if this was January or even February, where Atletico are also in the Champions League, you're not getting minus 175 here. You're getting probably minus 250 or something. So I like the spot.
How do you like in this game, Kirk?
You know what I like. You gotta close your eyes. You gotta imagine you're on this nice, beautiful island of Las Palmas.
Again, I think the last three
Atletico,
times you said that, you lost.
of
Keep
course,
talking.
but I still do it because I like imagining. Um, Atletico might win, but it might be a 1-0 win. I don't see. You got to think about it. Las Palmas, they're fighting Alaves for that 17th spot. They're only 1 point out of that 17th spot. If they get a draw this game, they're tied with Alaves with 6 games to go for that last relegation spot. So this is a big game for them at home. They got to get something. They keep it under 2.5 here for sure. Give me that at plus money. Why are you cackling over there, Jack?
Sorry, no, it's something completely irrelevant to the video.
Well, I want to know.
No.
Yeah,
I can't.
do.
We'll probably get demonetized. My friend just texted me saying that he got proposed, and another friend in the chat basically asked a question that was
He got
probably
proposed?
inappropriate. He proposed to his fiance. Yes.
Oh. Well,
He just announced it now, and they did it in Amsterdam. And my friend thought it was an appropriate time to ask the question if he'd been, you know what you do in Amsterdam. Yeah. So.
Oh, I know.
Smoke weed?
Yes.
First-hand experience.
He asked if he had been high whilst proposing, which is an inappropriate question to be asked.
It's really not. I mean,
that's
you're
not the
friend,
real
fine.
question.
No, it is the real question. I promise you.
I
He
thought
said
you were
first
talking about something
question. First
completely
question
different.
is where did you
I
do
thought you were
it?
talking about those red lights up there. If you proposed
Oh,
to
I
one
was
of
talking
them.
about red lights.
Yeah.
I was talking about let's not talk about the red light.
Now that would be
Back on
very
track.
much inappropriate. Moving on to Bundesliga, Kirk, Heidenheim, and Bayern, who unfortunately got knocked out of the Champions League. Again, not a great defensive team this season. This was their third string goalkeeper on goal, but
Second.
they just couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never watched a Champions League quarterfinal that just there was no urgency from the team. There was nothing. It was like they were playing a friendly. I mean, it was unwatchable. It really was just. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy watching the game. Obviously, we lost. Even when we went up 1-0, it's like it was just a regular goal. And I don't know. The Inter fans weren't really into it. You could hear the Bayern fans over them. It was just a weird game. Yeah, now they have to win the Bundesliga, and it starts here. I think they finally get some goals here. I'm going to take the -1.5 against Heidenheim.
Do you think Company stays for next season?
Yeah, I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, I don't like using the injury thing, but you have Davies, Upamecano, Musiala, all those different guys out. It's tough. I mean, they still
I
could
thought
have.
you don't like Davis.
I
But
don't, but
hold on.
he does score big goals.
All of those players you've just mentioned, they're not really defenders, are they?
What?
Davis is.
Oh yeah,
Upamecano is, of
okay.
course.
Two
but
of the
that's
three I mentioned are.
Hold on, but that happened like what, a month and a half ago in international break?
Which one?
The Davis
It's
one.
not month and a
Like a
like
month ago? Sure.
not
Okay.
even month, I think.
For me, Bayern's big issues are defense. It has been all season long. Yes, they've had injuries going forward, but they've consistently scored. The problem is
Not
this
in the
season.
first leg when they had 2.5 expected and put in one goal.
Yeah, but you can live with that, for the amount of goals that you
No,
score.
you
Okay,
can't because
not the best of
Harry
times to
Kane's
do it.
missing the ball
Oh,
from 5 yards out in a
Are we
Champions League
really going to talk
quarterfinal.
about Harry Kane scoring a record number of goals and it's still not enough?
It's in the games that doesn't matter.
I'm not talking about one game. I'm talking about over the course of a season. And this conversation's about company. The reason why Bayern have not had as good of a season as what they usually would have is because of the defensive problems.
That's
And
just not true.
We could argue
What?
about it off them.
No, tell me they've won the league. They're gonna win the league. I mean, it's hard to win the Champions
They're
League.
going to win the league.
Why
because
is this season not a success?
Leverkusen are nowhere near as good as what they were last year either. That's why you're winning the
completely
league.
false.
You're conceding over a goal a game. Champions League, you conceded like crazy. You lost to Villa on the road.
Okay.
For me, I don't think Company's the right guy.
Barcelona lost 3-1 to.
You can put me in this Bayern setup in the staff and have me manager. We'd get goals.
That's not the issue. The issue you just said the issue is defense. Now you're talking about getting goals.
Yeah. So Company's not the right man. If I can go in to Bayern and do the exact same job about scoring as what Company can, the problem is clearly the defense, and I don't think Company can fix that.
He's done better job than their last coach. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Who was the last coach before him?
I think it was Tuchel.
Tuchel. Yeah, I mean, overall, Tuchel made A few mistakes, yes, but
Or
the
was
most
it
notable
Flick?
one was
Now I don't even remember.
no. Flick was before.
Or was it Kovac? I
Uh,
don't even know.
Flick was after Kovac, and then it was Nagelsmann, and then
And
it was
now
Tuchel.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pep,
so
Pep bomb.
yeah, we can discuss about that like in a long video. That would make this way too long. So we'll move on. Jack, you have Bayern halftime, full time minus 120, so you definitely expect them to start early and just get the job done.
Yeah, I'd rather take this than Bayern to win to nil. To be honest, I just think they dominate another Bundesliga game. Halftime, full time for me.
Yeah,
Bayern
and I'll
have
take Bayern to
conceded
win.
10 less goals this year than last season in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, but didn't they
Yeah, but there's
concede
still
like
what, 8
9 of
games
them?
left?
Huh? No, there's like 4 games left. There's
No, it's
5
not
games
4.
left. There's 5 games left. Their
Yeah.
defense has been better. It's their offense that's been worse.
Not in
Actually,
Champions
no,
League
their
games.
offense has been a lot better, but just not in the meaningful games.
In the big games, the defense has not been there.
I don't know how you can say that.
Well, you just conceded 4 to Bayern to
It
Inter
hasn't been
over
there.
4 legs. It's not been there.
I mean, those are just silly
You
mental
conceded to
mistakes.
Celtic. You conceded to Celtic at home. How the fuck are you conceding to Celtic?
You realize it's a 90-minute game. You're not going to be perfect across 90
Slovan
minutes.
Bratislava, you conceded. You're conceding
They're a team that can score.
Come on, they're one of the worst teams in the Champions League. What are you talking about?
They can score
Don't be a
Both of
goals.
them
homer,
finished
Kirk. Come
6.
on.
I'm not. I'm just
That's
saying
a homer. That's a homer.
it's not a homer
Yeah,
at all.
it is. Mainz and
You
Wolfsburg.
wait. You
Kirk,
wait till Bodo scores 3 on Tottenham in London,
The
and
problem
then
is,
we'll
I'm not
start
a homer,
talking.
Kirk. I can agree. My team are crap. My team are terrible.
Mm.
Kirk, Mainz with a series of bad, well, not terrible results, but I want to say bad results, I guess. Dropped to fifth, which is now no longer a Champions League spot. Do you think they bounce back against Wolfsburg?
No, I think these teams play very similar style of soccer, so I think it's going to be right down the middle. I'll take the draw.
I mean, Wolfsburg is just so bad right now that I just can't give them any credit. They lost 4 straight. They haven't scored a goal in 3 of those 4 games. So I'll ride with Mainz here, Jack.
Yeah, for me, too tough to call. I like the both teams to score in both halves. I think this one goes way over 4 goals, to be honest. And last time I think I took this hit at like plus 1300. I think this is just a perfect game to have it. Mainz can score at home over
You meant to
Wolfsburg.
move this down 1 game, right?
What do you mean?
You meant to put this for the next game,
Oh,
right?
you thought I should have had it on Kiel?
If anything.
Maybe. I just know the price is a lot worse in that Kiel game. For me, though, Wolfsburg score in the first half a considerable amount. Mainz can score 2. What is it? 1-1 first half. We have an open game second half. Definitely hittable here.
Now, since we mentioned the next game, Jack, what's your pick for Leipzig versus Kiel?
I like Leipzig and both teams to score, but saw Kirk took it, and I can't really take another Kirk pick. Me putting them in last, so I'll go 2-1 instead. I'll put a bit of extra juice on it. I think Leipzig can win 2. It's 2-1 or 3-1 for me this game. I'm going with 2-1.
Yeah, I also think they win this game now that they are back to fourth place, which is the Champions League spot. I think they keep winning. Leipzig to win at over 2.5, minus 132 for myself, Kirk.
Yeah, I mean, Jack said my pick. I mean, similar reasoning to both of you. I don't think Leipzig will keep Kiel out of the score sheet, especially with Kiel still fighting for yeah, I guess they're still fighting for that 16th playoff spot. They're only 4 points out of it. I mean, 16th through 18th are kind of set. Heidenheim, Bochum, and Kiel, it's just kind of how those 3 spots play out. So I think they have something to play for. So I'm gonna take them to score, but Leipzig still wins.
My book doesn't offer it, but I would have loved the 2-1 or 3-1 personally. It's
Yeah.
probably like what plus 500, plus 600 maybe.
Yeah, there you have it, guys. If you have that option, Put half a unit on it or something like that. Freiburg and Hoffenheim. Kirk, Hoffenheim somehow kept clean sheet last week at home, even though Jack, I think, jinxed it because he mentioned that they kept a clean sheet like once in their last 20 something games at home. And there you go, they've done it last week. How do you feel about this game, Kirk?
Leipzig to win 2-1, 3-1, or 4-1 is offered at plus 260, which I don't think is worth it. But yeah, I'm on Freiburg here. They really need to get going if they want to do anything. So only 3 points behind Leipzig, but now Dortmund's coming. Now Werder's coming. Now Augsburg's coming. Now Gladbach is coming. This is a game they really need to win at home. It's really not just like they could go down at 10th pretty easily by the end of the season if they don't start winning games. So this is a must-win game, I'd say, for them. Like literally must win.
Yeah, it's gonna be an intense finish to the season in Bundesliga. Lots of teams fighting for Europe for that Champions League spot. I will also take Freiburg on the money line here, Jack.
I don't think I did jinx it in my defense. I think it was Gladbach who conceded for like extreme amount of games at home.
That's
I
not
don't
true.
remember. I
No,
don't
no, it
remember.
was
It was
Hoffenheim.
Hoffenheim.
Was it?
It was
Okay.
Hoffenheim.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I take that back then. Give me
Gladbach just
Freiburg.
beat Leipzig 1-0 2 games ago.
I don't remember what the stat was, honestly. You're probably
It was,
right. Either
yeah,
way,
no, I'm right.
look,
I'm
look, let's
always
be
right.
honest. I feel like I jinxed everything last weekend. Let's not even talk about that. So yeah, Freiburg money line for me.
Werder and Bochum is the next one, and it's very hard to bet against Werder right now. 4 out of the last 5 games were wins. They are on a 3-game winning streak right now, and like you mentioned, Kirk, they are getting close to those European spots. While Bochum sitting 17th on a losing streak. I mean, I'm taking Werder to win and over 2.5 goals plus 142 in this one. I'm taking it one step further than you two guys are.
Yeah, I think Bochum will find its way somehow to stay in the Bundesliga, but I don't think it starts in this game. So I have to take Werder. They're in good form.
Jack, anything else to add?
Not really. Just I think the form's there. Bremen, please.
Now, what about the last game of the day in Bundesliga, Jack? Union Berlin and Stuttgart.
Wow, what a
Yeah,
play, Jack.
thank you. It's a bit of a niche one.
Well, I didn't
I'm
say I
going with
loved
a.
it. I just said
Oh,
it's an
okay.
interesting one.
It's something we never had, I think, on the videos as a free pick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm riding on the double chance, but no draw. So, I mean, if this is Kirk, he probably words it like first half draw equals no or something.
I mean, let's be honest. You weren't
Yeah,
much
that's the
better in
better one.
wording it.
Wait, I'm
Okay.
not much better. Union or
No.
Stuttgart first half double chance.
You put it
So
double
it
chance
sounds like
first half.
yeah. So it sounds like you mean that either it's going to be double chance Union Berlin first half or Stuttgart to double chance in the first half. So
Which is a
basically, no losing
win-win-win.
option. Yeah.
So what I'm taking is Union or Stuttgart to be leading at the end of the first half. So however your book words it, folks, that's what
Yes.
I'm going with.
That's why I have it written either team to win first
Perfect.
half.
Well done, guy.
There you go.
That's why you're
There
the
you go.
captain of the ship.
Yes. Yes. I'm taking both
Never
teams to
say
score
that
in this
again.
one. You don't have to. It's on video now. It will be on YouTube for all of the eternity. Kirk,
Like
what do you
that.
have in this one?
Well, what game are we on?
Union Stuttgart.
Yeah, I'm on Union on double chance and under 3.5. I think Stuttgart season's over. I don't really
I see. I
see,
misspelled your pick. I have it as over 3.5, so it's under 3.5.
of course, I'm taking an over in a Union game. I mean, Union hasn't lost a game in their last 5 games. Stuttgart's lost 3 of their last 4. That's why I'm on their double chance and the under.
There you have it, folks. That's it for Bundesliga. Off to the French League One, where we have 3 games. We have PSG and Le Havre. Lavre. Is that how you say it?
Ava.
Lavre. If nothing else, they have probably the nicest logo of all the teams in the French League One. Nice dragon on it, or something like that, whatever that is. but they're still pretty huge underdogs in this game, Kirk.
Yeah, but they'll score because PSG doesn't care about this, and PSG concedes once a game, so they'll score.
So I don't think there's Champions League next week, though. In a couple
There's
of weeks or
not.
so.
But the
Yeah.
league's over. They don't need to risk getting their best players hurt. They already clinched the title for the league, so I'm on both teams to score.
Yeah, they'll probably give a break to a few of those starters as far as this game goes. So there's a chance for Laver. I can't. I just can't say it. To do something in this game. I'm taking over 1.5 goals in the first half, minus 123, Jack.
I'm not as convinced they'll have a score, to be honest. I think PSG just dominate another game. Again, another opportunity for these players to get some goal bonuses. So give me the goals here, minus 2.5 with PSG.
Who has a goal bonus?
Probably all of them. Probably all the attackers. Dembele will for sure.
I mean,
Dembele
he's
will for
already
sure.
surpassed that by far. He's 32 goals.
No, but some players are paid per goal.
Yeah, I guess. But if he gets hurt, then he doesn't get paid for the Champions League final.
No, he
They
will.
won't get there.
You think Arsenal's going to be PSG?
Yeah.
It's tough. I think it's very 50-50.
It's 95-5.
No, it's just
It's 95-5.
Homer. Monaco and Strasbourg.
I have no ties
Kirk.
to PSG. I'm just honest.
You do. Dembele
How?
and Barkley. You talk about him every week.
I'm not even that big on Barkley. I'm more big on Doué than Barkley.
And your boy, Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, he's good, but he's not my boy.
There you go. He changed your mind. Now, Kirk, do you think Strasbourg deserves to be plus 425 underdogs against Monaco?
No, that's exactly why I'm taking them on the double chance at plus money. It's like they're pricing Monaco, then they're playing like Angers or something. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, if anyone knows anything about this game, I didn't go on each person's Twitter and see if they caught food poisoning or something and will be out for this game or something. Or since that's a U21 team, if they have a massive event at a club on Friday night, I don't know, but
It's church on Saturday.
yeah, maybe they're half of them miss it for Easter. I don't really know why the line is what it is, but I'm gonna take Strasbourg on the double chance.
I mean, it's only 3 points difference between these two teams, and Monaco is sitting second, and Strasbourg is hunting that Champions League spot. So I do like the double chance, but since you both have it, I decided to go with goals. Both teams to score an over 2.5, minus 132, Jack.
Yeah, same kind of goes with Kirk here. I'm not sure what the lineups are going to be. From what I can see from actual official reports, there's not that many injuries out there for Strasbourg. And again, this is a team who in the reverse fixture in November are a very different team now. They've only lost 2 games in 2025. We're in mid-April, and they've won like 9 of their last 11. How the hell you're pricing them at plus 450 or whatever the hell it was? I have no idea.
Yeah.
So give me Strasbourg or draw.
Yeah, definitely a lot of value on that pick. The last game of this video, guys, Marseille and Montpellier. Now, Marseille is garbage, but Montpellier is bigger garbage. So, I don't know. I could see Marseille winning this game easily, but I could also see Montpellier scoring a sloppy goal early in the game in the first half, which is why I'm going to take over 1.5 goals in the first half at plus 110. But honestly, I think this is a game that I will not be betting myself, Jack.
Yeah, I'm not betting this myself. This is just a trend play. Well, a half trend. Marseille and Montpellier have the tied lowest goal scored in the first 15 minutes of a game. So if your book offers like under over for the first 15 minutes, I guess take the under on that.
At what, minus 500?
It would be minus 500. I'd say like minus 200. I'd say based off the stats, it's certainly a lock. But now
First
I've said that,
15 minutes at minus 200?
Maybe a
I
bit
don't think
less.
so.
Either way, I'm going to hope that they don't get on the scoreboard in the first half, let alone the first 15 minutes. So, yeah, give me the under there at plus 300. If we're considering the 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes sees no goal, we're getting plus 300 on 30 minutes of soccer here. So, yeah, like it.
Kirk?
Yeah, I just can't trust Marseille not to allow a goal right now. I mean, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games, and to lose a game, you have to concede. So, I mean, I obviously think they score at home against the worst team. I think Montpellier will be able to do something because this team's pretty move on, right? Move on.
But first 10 minutes, it's minus 400. So first 15, it's probably like minus 300 maybe.
350. Yeah, put 350K on it to win 100K.
Easy money.
Easy.
Hey, and then Montpellier scores a penalty in the 6th minute.
Now I'm poor.
In the 15th minute.
Ooh, that'd be bad, man.
Pick
I would be
14,
praying for a
59.
VAR check if the penalty is
Oh.
like in 13th minute. I'd be praying for a VAR check. Just, oh man. That's it for this video, everyone. Thank you for joining us. No short forms this weekend, so leave us a comment under this video. Let us know what you're taking, guys. Good luck with all of your bets, of course, and we'll see you soon with more free winners.